VOD watchers, hello and welcome in to part 13 of Cyberpunk 2077 with a therapist. I know I left you on a little bit of a cliffhanger, so I'm really glad we get to resolve that cliffhanger here with good old Hellman sitting in this chair. We're going to pull up a chair and see what he has to say. But before we do that, I just want to remind you that I am live at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time, Tuesday through Sunday. Feel free to hang out with us sometime. Would absolutely love to have you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on notifications if you want to know when I'm live. If you want to financially support the stream, there's a couple ways to do that. You can become a member by hitting the join button down below. Get yourself some emotes. You can shoot me a tip, which I really appreciate, or you can check out the merch store, drmickmerch.com. That's a great way to support the stream, and you get a little something to show for it. We got t-shirts, posters, music, all sorts of fun stuff there. Feel free to leave a comment if there's anything that happens in this episode that you want to comment on. I just ask that you please not post any spoilers or backseating. I really love reading the comments. I don't respond to all of them, but I do read them. So I appreciate so much that you support my content, whether this is shortly after this went live or whether it's a couple years down the road. Thanks for taking the time to watch my playthroughs. I've got all sorts of other games that I've done as well. Make sure you check out my channel for those as well. Should be a good one. All right, let's rock. Dino, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. All right, Hellman. So, we don't know this guy very well. We've got to be pretty chill. There's a woman crying behind me. So we're going to try to establish some power. We're going to be calm. We're going to be controlled. We're going to take this slow because I know nothing about this guy's motivations or if he knows what I need him to know. Christian, thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate you very much. All right, so here we go. Honestly, I prefer to take the be nice to him route. I don't know that I want to come in and go ham on slapping this guy around.
Hey. Where am I? What is this place? Motel, middle of nowhere.
Any specific middle?
Doesn't matter. You're not leaving here by yourself anyway.
Why are we here?
You'll notice we don't have him restrained.
Want to talk about your little invention. Biochip you made for Arasaka.
Fine. But let's get one thing straight first. Yorinobu Arasaka didn't send you?
No.
This means you must have an offer for me. If your boss will pay more than Kang Tao, I believe we can talk.
We're gonna go straight to business here.
Nobody sent me. I got a problem, and you're gonna help me.
And what does that have to do with the biochip?
Got Silverhand's construct in my head. It's literally driving me crazy, and I know it's only gonna get worse. That is, unless I remove it. And that,
there he is.
That's on the billboards I saw. Not even in the fine print.
Silverhand. Construct. That's impossible.
I was wondering if Johnny was going to show up. So we need to watch Johnny while we have this conversation. This is going to be really tricky. So I'm kind of splitting my brain here. So on one hand, I'm going to pay attention to Hellman. Hellman doesn't have a lot to lose to talk to me other than like whatever the ramifications might be with Arasaka. We'll get to that. I was wondering if Johnny was going to show up. It was a little bit suspicious to me that he did not. So we're going to watch Johnny's body language and we're going to see what he reacts to. All right? And we're going to see, again, the thing that you want to track in interactions like this is how people respond to what you say. Okay, you focus on what you're saying, you control what you say, but monitor what do people get excitable with, what do people shut down with, when do people become defended, when do people loosen up. Okay, he is in a little bit of a defended position here by leaning forward, by having his hands clasped. Okay, we don't, if he relaxes, that actually shows maybe a little bit more power. Defensiveness shows that he perceives threat. So we kind of have him where we want him. Johnny, we're also going to look at his body language too. Right now, I have it paused. He looks like he may be in a little bit of a defeated position. It also does look somewhat similar to what Hellman's sitting in. I'm not going to overanalyze that yet, but we are going to watch it, okay? So we're going to control what we can control and what we say. We're going to monitor the reactions of these two while we go through this because I really do think we're going to get a lot of information from this conversation. At least I hope so.
Where did you get this biochip?
Long story.
If Arasaka finds me, I'm dead. So are you.
Okay.
So we are in no hurry. And I'm interested, truly.
Collected off Yorinobu Arasaka. Job for a client. But the client left me out to
And
dry.
you decided the best place for it was in your own goddamn head.
Actually, wasn't a bad idea. Construct rebooted me when my own goddamn head took a bullet.
I always knew Yorinobu's plan would fail. I just never imagined it would turn out like this. Arasaka's prized tech really is in the very streets of the city.
So Johnny's relatively chill. This guy seems to know what he's talking about. This guy's absolutely in control here. This guy has worked in some high intensity situations.
You have to remove the biochip from my system.
It's not that simple.
Look, you made the thing, didn't you? So where's the problem?
If you're telling the truth, you slotted in a new experimental version of the biochip.
And before he continues, this connects beautifully to what we talked about at the beginning of stream. This guy knows way more than I do about the chip that's in my head. This guy has intellectual stake in the relic. This guy has all of the education that was necessary to develop the relic. He is an expert in the way that the relic itself is constructed. I have emotional stake in the relic. I have the experience of Johnny Silverhand hijacking my consciousness. I have the fear associated with losing who I am as a result of that. But those two things are not equal. So when V comes at him here and says, well, you should just be able to pull it out, and he says it's more complicated than that, I have to listen to him. He's the expert. He knows the chip better than anybody else. What he says cannot be threatening to me. It's okay if it makes me emotional, if he says that this is going to be more complicated, if that makes me anxious, I have to acknowledge and check that anxiety and engage with him and get more information and allow his expertise to be something that helps me. This is a very key moment in a conversation because now we're establishing a power dynamic between knowledge and no knowledge. And I have less knowledge than him. I can choose to see that as a threat, or I can choose to see that as a boon to my agenda. Okay, so we are going to check our anxiety here with him saying it's more complicated than that. We're going to listen to what he has to say, and we're going to do what we need to do in order to help him problem solve. It's a very important interactional skill for people to have. Johnny seems very intrigued by this conversation, but I want to be careful not to overly project onto him.
I know you can't just yank it out. My Ripper
You
said...
showed that to some fucking street doctor? Who else knows?
I needed help. Or did you think the first thing that came to mind was downing a Kang Tao AV?
His anger there is very interesting because it suggests that he also has things at stake in the relic being distributed. Okay, so that tells me that him as the creator of the chip is more well known than maybe he would like it to be. And the fact that this is potentially going to be widespread, that I have this relic inside of me, has him on the hook, potentially with Arasaka or whatever, but they may see him as being linked because he knows what it's capable of and he knows that it works. So we're getting information from him here with his reactivity to the fact that it got caught. That freaked him out a little bit. And you see him now sort of pondering, and you see him kind of like he's oscillating now in his body language.
How's the prototype version different? It's got a different engram, something more...
Where?
Aggressive?
The biochip is what's unique, not Silverhand's engram. The previous version of the chip was only used to communicate with pre-saved engrams.
And it was rare as fuck and cost a fortune. Yeah.
This one's rarer. Meant to install and activate the engram in a new body.
V interjecting there. Y'all, so many of us do this, okay? You got to be mindful of it. V interjecting there and finishing this guy's sentence, not helpful, okay? This guy could give a rat's ass how educated we are about this stuff. Let this guy listen to him. Listen to what this guy has to say. V being as aggressive and like patronizing about this as he is not going to help. Cutting this guy off saying, yeah, I know, blah, 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 it's worth a fortune, whatever, It is a product of the emotional investment that V has in this, but V has to understand what that emotional experience is. He has to know that that's going to make him more reactive, and he has to choose differently. I am frustrated with how V is interacting with this guy right now because he's coming off as incredibly aggressive. He's trying to take control. He's trying to show this guy that he knows a lot. This guy knows more than I do. I have nothing to prove to this guy other than to tell him what my problem is and to hopefully have him help me out. Okay? We all need to be mindful of this. This is why it's so important to understand your emotional experience when you're sitting in a room like this, or if you're having a conversation about something important, because then you can pay attention to the things you need to pay attention to. You can be intentional about the stuff that you need to alter.
When I left Arasaka, the project was still in the trial phase.
How exactly was this new version supposed to work? Were you planning to have the engram kick people out of their own bodies? Is that shit by design?
During the tests, we assumed that the body would be neurally indifferent during implantation.
You mean dead?
Yes, which makes what happened to you interesting indeed.
How do you put a price on immortality? Who could even afford tech like this?
Nobody. This model was meant to remain in-house. The prototype was Saburo Arasaka's personal commission. He oversaw the entire project himself.
So if it weren't for Yorinobu, nobody would have found out.
And if not for you, the project would not have been a success. This is a true breakthrough.
Spoken like a true scientist right there. See, this guy, I love it. This guy's like, this shit's awesome. It worked. Oh my God. Like, this guy sees me as part of the R&D process on this chip. which I think is good. I think it shows that this guy knows what he's talking about, and he's probably somebody that I can trust, because he's like, this guy doesn't care about the fact that my subconscious is getting hijacked. He's like, holy shit, the chip's actually doing what it's supposed to do. We had no idea. This was in-house. It was a pipe dream. It was this big ridiculous thing that we thought was never going to be possible, and here you are sitting here telling me that it worked. Oh my God. Like, that's crazy. Like, he's just like, this is information for me. This is exciting as it relates to my research and my involvement in this chip development. His reaction there, I think, is like some genuine like authenticity relative to who he is and where he's coming from, and it's really great. Like, I really love that he had that reaction. So. Now, very interesting that this was supposed to be Saburo's inside work, and that I'm guessing probably what happened is that Yorinobu probably thought, I have no idea, like, maybe we can make a profit off of this if we talk about it and we can develop it and we can make it so that rich people can buy it and be immortal without realizing the ramifications of that. Maybe that's what that meeting was going to be about when we were sitting up in the server room and we were watching when Yorinobu killed Saburo. No idea. But that's some juicy shit there, that this guy's saying this was never supposed to be developed and released. The fact that it did was all Yorinobu. Holy shit.
Huh. Imagine my luck to be so fucking unique, so fucking exceptional. That mean you'll help me?
Well. I would have to see it first.
Oh. I don't think there's anything that this guy could do to get me to trust him any more than I do right now. Like, I legitimately do not know what he would have to do in order for me to say, okay, I trust you more. Than, like, he's given me enough information. He clearly knows the history of the chip. It's been confirmed that this guy worked on it. He understands what was and wasn't supposed to happen. If there's anybody that was going to be able to jack into this and understand it, it would be him. And I really don't know what he stands to gain by hijacking me here. So I do agree with having a spotter, right? Like, I think it would be nice to have somebody like Pan Am come up here, right? And say like, hey, can you come up here and watch this interaction? But I don't have any reason to necessarily distrust him either. He's in a position of he doesn't have a lot of power here. Now, if he could hijack my chip and he could basically make me put the gun down and he could run, okay, fine, whatever. That's impressive. Joke's on me. But I really don't know that this guy has anything to gain. And his reaction to the fact that he's thrilled that it worked, to me, means that there's probably just some intellectual curiosity here that goes even beyond his agenda. And that honestly endears me more to him. So we're going to take a leap of faith here. I just, with all the variables and known variables that I have, I got to take a shot here.
Well, speak. Say something.
Okay.
Unbelievable. It looks like...
Can't believe this suit's the one who's gonna help us.
Oh, fuck.
What? What is it?
What a pity I won't be able to examine it fully.
Yeah, real shame. You could have been his guinea pig too.
Tell me how to get rid of it.
I'm afraid I have bad news. Your neural network has completely deteriorated. It can no longer function independently of the chip. The only thing I could do
Woohoo, it's bargaining time.
is to give you information on a good clinic in Sweden. They'll help you through the terminal stages. Minimize the pain.
Wait, you said the project was in the trial phase. You don't actually know how it'll end.
Oh, I do. I just saw the construct devouring your brain. It's programmed to take over its new environment. At all costs. And your little meat brain is helpless against it.
So no matter what, sooner or later the engram wins.
Yes. And from what I've heard about Silverhand, that seems to be exactly his style.
Huh. I see my reputation's grown into Arasaka legend.
Oh my god. Okay, so this is good information to have. Objectively, this is good information to have. But boy, does it hurt. I see this conversation as being very similar to basically a doctor saying to me, yeah, you've got stage 4 cancer and you've got no shot. Like, that's really what this conversation is. And this is a moment that, you know, we kind of had it with Vic, but this is a real moment. Okay, this guy just jacked in and saw it. This is the guy who created the chip. This is the ultimate guy with the expertise to be able to talk about this. So this is essentially the second opinion off of Vic. And that is a really forced moment where a person is basically got to decide, do I accept the word of the expert? Do I acknowledge the reality before me? And do I work to figure out how to make the most of the time that I have left and gather as much information as I can about what to anticipate? Or do I deny it completely? Do I use this as an experience that's in complete violation of my expectations of myself and my life? And do I ignore it? And do I not pay attention to what's supposed to happen? Because I don't believe that it's going to. Fact of the matter is, regardless of which one you choose, reality is reality. So if this is taking over my brain, it's taking over my brain whether I want to agree with it or not. And so if accepting the reality of it means I can get more information about it, I can work with experts who know more about it, I can potentially produce some more longevity for myself or whatever, or align with whatever value I want to align with, then I'm going to try to very intentionally take that road. And I can acknowledge the emotion of this. This is devastating shit, right? Like, you are going to die. You are going to have your subconscious taken over by Johnny Silverhand. It's gonna happen. So you decide what you're going to do with the time left. I want to get as much information as I can. Now, he may not be showing all his cards, but I really don't know what reason this guy has to lie to me. I really don't. He's a scientist at heart, it seems. So why does he care? I'm sure he'd probably love to help me and be able to take the chip out knowing that it works. And Vic said the same thing. So I now have a guy I trust who has said this. I now have a guy with immense expertise who has said this. You combine those two things, there's not a lot to deny here, friends.
What exactly is going on in my head?
You tell me, what's it like to have two personalities? Because it's not like you're hearing voices. You are both yourself and Silverhand simultaneously.
I can see him and talk to him.
You're not talking, but yes, I understand what you mean. Have you noticed the construct's influence on your decision-making?
Sheesh, give it a rest.
What do you mean?
You will start doing things that were once unthinkable, at least to your old self. And you know exactly who he was. A fanatic, a terrorist, a suicide bomber.
Well, fuck me. Who's trying to mess with your head now?
That is why I believe it would be better for you to consider clinical isolation at this stage. I don't mean to rush you, but...
Clinical isolation? Oh, I don't even, I mean, I would love to ask this dude more questions. I really would. I mean, because, yeah, the question, it becomes the question, right? Like, what am I doing now that I wouldn't have done before? Me and Johnny Silverhand are like one and the same. We're merging. We're not two autonomous individuals, right? Like, it's impossible. It's impossible for me to know when I, Dr. Mick, am playing this game. It is impossible for me to know if I am playing as V or if I'm playing as Johnny Silverhand, because I'm technically playing as them both. It's really, really deep, fascinating stuff. And it makes you question the entire reality of what it is that's going on. I mean, it makes you question reality itself, right? Like, what is reality but like the one perspective we have, but like, does it, at what point does it matter whether it's Johnny or V? Like, at what point does that differentiation even matter anymore if literally it feels autonomous to us? If I was going to make an analogy for this, and bear with me, this is one of many examples that I could use. What we're dealing with as V here, I think, is in some ways similar to when folks go through Alzheimer's or severe dementia, which is where there is literal deterioration of the brain that affects a person's perceptions, their actions, their reasoning, their ability to collect, synthesize, and store information, and it changes their personality. And a lot of times folks will say when a loved one is going through Alzheimer's or severe dementia, like, they're not who I remember them to be. This is somewhat similar. We're seeing a deterioration of V, but in this case, it's being taken over by Johnny Silverhand. But it's a very similar process, right? So a person with severe Alzheimer's doesn't know that they have Alzheimer's. They're still them to themselves, but it's different. And they don't necessarily remember who they were because what they remember is skewed by the way that their brain is deteriorated. Like, it's a really fascinating thing, and we don't really have the ability, as far as I am aware, to get good information, so to speak, experiential information from folks who are struggling with severe Alzheimer's, because once they're at the point where it's very severe, because it's hard to articulate from any kind of like intellectual space. It's really, I mean, you want to talk about really fascinating stuff. Brain deterioration is that, but like, this has a very similar feeling to that. Well, so what's interesting, Slate, it's a really interesting question, right? Like, even though Hellman is saying that Silverhand will take over, wouldn't V's personality still remain as a shadow? So that's the thing, right? Like, is Johnny Silverhand taking over even actually a problem? Because if Silverhand is me and I'm Silverhand and we're simply merging, does that mean that the current consciousness that I have is what's going to perpetuate, right? Like, am I actually losing actually losing consciousness as V? No, right? Because he's talking about it as a merger. He's not saying Johnny Silverhand is necessarily going to override you. He's saying that you're like merged. Or I guess he is kind of, I don't know. Like, it's impossible to know. It's impossible to know because nobody has the experience that I as V am having right now. There's no point of reference for this, right? And the only person that can articulate my experience is me. So what's to say that I'm going to lose me? What's to say that it's just different? Yeah, like mixing colors, right? Like Johnny's red, I'm blue. What's to say we're not just purple now? I have no idea. I mean, we're playing with some real complex shit. This is too aggressive.
You know what? That's enough. You just playing for time? Because I can't tell. Are you trying to convince me you're useless? So, I mean, in that case, I can just shoot you in the head and save us both some time.
There is no reason for V to be frustrated at Hellman. This isn't Hellman's fault. Time and a place here, man. V's anger is understandable. I probably would be pissed too if you told me that I was going to lose my faculties. I wouldn't like that either. But Hellman's just the messenger, man. He's just the guy that knows shit about this. He's not the guy to direct this anger at. He's not. Nobody's really at fault here. It's not Jackie's fault. I mean, we went to go steal it. We agreed to go do it, right? Like, but we're all involved in this, but Hellman's not the guy to direct this anger at.
Finally.
I will try to help you, if you come with me to Kang Tao.
I'll try, just isn't gonna cut it. Actually, it's almost like you're trying to buy your way in with the Chinese, at my expense.
Do you even realize how much data is in your head? Even if I can't help you, the data must be saved.
Spoken like a true scientist.
Sideways. What a half-brain gong. He just admitted you're right.
Yeah, he did, but he sounds like a scientist. He wants the information. I respect that. I really do.
This is costing me time.
I really respect that this guy wants to continue to take this in the scientific route. You know what? I get it. Whatever happens, we need the information. We can learn from this. It feels cold and indifferent and distant, but it's not wrong.
Forget Kang Tao. Got any other ideas?
If you think there's anyone else who can help you, I could give you the blueprints. Complete project documentation. Kang Tao offered quite the sum for it.
You got it with you?
He's got to. Gong's fucking useless without him.
Oh, shit.
Takamura? What the hell is he doing here?
He's got a few questions of his own for you. You play nice, he might even save your ass. I'm almost done. The blueprints.
I'm really not prepared. Oh, baby.
Better than nothing. Long as we find someone fluent in technobabble.
What'll you do with him?
I haven't decided yet.
Are you serious?
You know me. I can be impulsive.
He's all yours. I'll give you two some space.
I hope we can come to an understanding.
That is certainly in your best interest. V, I will remember this.
This heat. My throat is positively parched.
V did not give you even a glass of water. Unacceptable. Inhumane. That is not me. You will see the difference. I will give you full buckets.
No need.
What's his incentive to give you the blueprints? I honestly think it may just be scientific curiosity. I don't know. I wish I could ask him, why did you give me that? But we unfortunately can't do that. All right, boys. I'll leave you to it.
See that? Fuck me. Just look at that.
Oh boy. Flashing lights. So I could take the... Oh, boy.
Where are you heading
Whatever you
off
gotta
to?
say it. Got something eating at your code, that's clear.
Been trying to learn how you're wired this whole time. To know who I'm dealing with. Thought you were just unlucky at first, but I kept watching and finally realized what your problem is. You were a kid from the Badlands. Family was your crutch and but in NC you're nobody. Best you can do is steal from scabs, the merc janitors.
Sure seem to know a lot about my past.
Well, seen flashes of your past, just like you've seen flashes of mine.
Johnny is very calm about this whole thing, which honestly is quite remarkable. There is I am very curious about this process. I don't want to block him out. Like, I think I'm probably a little bit more skewed towards the acceptance rather than the denial aspect of this, but like, I'm curious about his experience. V is very clearly angry based on the responses that I have for him, but I'd be curious to know how it would affect it to work with Johnny here as opposed to be diametrically opposed to him.
Honestly, I'm scared of the day I'll start seeing your memories as my own.
Shit. If it's a two-way street, I'll somehow have to live with the fact that I let Deshaun best me, fuck me over.
How you find life under my skin?
Well, most things are either too big or too small. Not to mention the clusterfuck that are your hormones. And the lag between sight and touch. Infuriating. When you take a bite of pizza, it takes ages before I know you fucking burn the roof of your mouth. Plus, used to be 5 minutes wouldn't pass before I had a fresh cig in my hand. Now I'm itching for nicotine. Getting used to it, I guess. But it's no fucking picnic.
So, listen, will I notice a change, or is it one of those things where I'll wonder why I ever feared it?
Worst thing you can do to a human. Rip their identity out of them. That's all I know.
Can you just tell me what you want? What you really want?
Help me settle my score against Arasaka. That's it. Let's get out
Your
of
goal
here.
is to bury Arasaka, demolish it. Mine's to stay above ground. Seem pretty clearly defined, both.
Actually aligned pretty nicely, too. You need Mikoshi to save your life? That done, I can burn it to the ground. Okay. I'll tell you why I want to destroy Arasaka, but I'll only tell you once. Want to hear it?
All right.
I saw a corpse strip farmers of water, and eventually of land. Saw them transform Night City into a machine fueled by people's crushed spirits, broken dreams, and emptied pockets. Corps have long controlled our lives, taken lots, and now they're after our souls.
This is good. This is good. Also confirming a little bit of my hypothesis here, that Johnny, where he comes from, and his desire to burn down Arasaka comes from a place of empathizing with the masses, right? Like, we talked about this a while back. This is really cool that he's sharing this. It's also why I stayed silent. And not that I knew that this was going to happen, but again, if you stay, word to the wise, if you stay silent, people will talk if they really have something they want to tell you.
Might be right.
V,
Can't really
I've
argue with you
declared
there.
war not because capitalism's a thorn in my side or out of nostalgia for an America gone by. This war's a people's war against a system that spiraled out of our control. It's a war against the fucking forces of entropy. Understand? Do whatever it takes to stop him, defeat him, gut him. If I gotta kill, I'll kill. If I need your body, I'll fucking take it.
So he's martyring himself.
Fucking hell.
Kind of.
You still don't see it, but you will one day.
I feel pretty good about my hypothesis from a while ago. I'm glad he shared that with me.
Hey, Judy. How you feeling?
Shitty, but something came to me.
So what did you come up with?
The Mox dive, Lizzie's bar, used to be a joy house. Tiger Claws killed one girl too many, so people took matters into their own hands. Belongs to us now. Clouds could stand to get the same makeover.
You sure you've thought this through, Judy? Carefully.
Haven't thought it through at all. All I know is the Mox didn't turn things around by sitting on their tanned and toned asses doing nothing.
Got the Mox to agree to take over Clouds.
No, I'm trying to get you. Know someone at Clouds who'll take our side. Will you help?
Fine. Got me on board.
Ooh, yes.
Okay, so, what's the plan?
First up, we gotta talk to Maiko Maeda. If she's not with us, might as well throw our hands up in the air.
Maiko Maeda. Who is she exactly?
Girl who unofficially runs Clouds. Good at it, too.
What's she do officially?
She's a doll, so she's a nobody.
You sure Maiko's gonna want to join forces?
If I was sure, I'd be on the holo to her and we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Let me rephrase. Is there any chance she'll slap us around, then shove us out her mega tower window?
Of course, sure.
Guess I can work with that. How well do you know this Maiko?
Too well.
When we doing this?
Early morning, Clouds will be closed. Hardly a soul lurking at that time.
How early?
Before 8, I'll be by the entrance. No, scratch that. The balcony above Clouds. We'll sneak in. No one needs to know we're there.
On the balcony. Got it.
Cool. I'm going to pee really quick and then I'll be right back. Thanks for being here. I'm going to use this quick opportunity to say thank you for watching this, taking the time. I'll talk a little bit more about Johnny when I get back, but I got to pee. Be right back. Give me 30 seconds. Okay. Let's see. I have not heard that album, Isaac. Why do you find it remarkable he's staying calm? He's just heard that no matter what V does, he's going to get a body back. I'm lost at why he'd be upset coming out from the convo from Hellman. Are you talking about Johnny? Okay, so Johnny is probably pretty slow to warm up, and I think that me being relatively patient with him is potentially what's opening him up to be more patient with me. There's a very dissonant process going on with Johnny, and I'm going to do my best to explain it here. Johnny just shared with us that his primary conviction for blowing up the Arasaka Tower was that he saw what the corporations did to this area. He saw what they did to Night City. He is empathizing immensely with working folks, with the people who've been stomped on by corporations. And so his entire conviction is to topple all of that. Simultaneous to the fact that he's doing that, the means through which he is now able to potentially do it is immensely corporate. It's immensely privileged. He is literally hijacking my body to become a mortal, so to speak, using a chip that is unbelievably expensive, that was developed by the very corporations he's wishing to topple. And he's kind of squishing the little guy, me, by doing it. Johnny, I think, is smart enough to realize that that's happening. And so I think there's probably some empathy for me. I think as much as Johnny acts like a jackass to me, I think there's probably some part of him that realizes this must really suck for me. And that there's probably some emotion with that. And so him taking this, turn and saying, all right, I'll tell you why I'm doing this. Sure, maybe it works toward his agenda of getting me to empathize so I'm a little less hostile toward him as he takes over. But also it could be from a place of empathy of him being like, God damn it, this sucks. I'm sort of using some real privileged means in order to try to topple it. You can make an argument maybe that's like a Robin Hood approach, right? Like steal from the rich to give to the poor, using the means of the rich. But I don't know. It's just a very dissonant process that's happening, I think, with Johnny here as it relates to me. So I think Johnny's anger, I think Johnny probably feels a sense of protection for me. I think also if there's a chance that we're merging, Johnny probably wants to diminish as much trauma and anger, or probably wants to diminish any adversity that's going to affect me, because that's eventually going to be a memory of his, right? Like, this is super trippy shit, because everything we're doing is a memory of his. Every emotion I feel, he feels. I think Johnny probably, could be getting upset about certain things because V is upset about certain things. Like, we very much look at this as Johnny taking over V, but V's also taking over Johnny because they're becoming synergistic. So Johnny getting angry could be because V is angry. V staying calm could be because V's staying calm. V being indifferent could be because Johnny's indifferent. Like, we don't know whose is what's at this point. So Johnny can be a manifestation of the merge with V for all we know. It's impossible to know what's what. And that lack of differentiation, I think, is incredible. It's a gray area that we're forced to sit in this game. And I don't know that I've ever experienced something quite like that in any other game. Really amazing stuff. Guess who? So next race is practically in my backyard, which means I need to make sure folks around here know I walk my talk. Meet at the corner of Brandon and Holston. Give me a call when you get there. And he also mentioned there's a physical sensory lag. Maybe something goes on with emotions. Yeah, could be. Very well could be. That's interesting too, right? That it takes a long time for him to realize I burned the top of my mouth. It's kind of cool. Hmm. Shotguns and light. I don't care about shotguns and light machine guns. Boy. For now, okay. Oh, it absolutely is, Sean. I look forward to playing this game every night. Absolutely love it. Oh shit, there's a tarot card over here.
Know what? Get the feeling this Grimes was really turning you on.
Take a gander.
Huh. What's this?
Good. Knock those out. I'll be interested to see what the reward for knocking those out is. Alright. I would love it if I could use my car this time. Alright, let's go on a little drive here. Wait, I don't want to meet with Takemura. I want to meet with Claire.
Konnichiwa, Night City. I'm Arif Iqbal, and this is WNS News.
Hey, been thinking a lot about things. About the shit with Saul, about Mitch and Scorpion, about the family I had, lost, left, adopting. Didn't know it'd be this fucking complicated. Get what's happening to me. I'm in this city, free to do whatever I want with my life, but fuck, am I really free? If I left my old life just because things started to get a little inconvenient, that would mean I'm always just going to be running. Does that make sense? Oh my god, I hate both of these. Maybe Mitch was right. You should go back, settle everything once and for all, or it's just okay. Am I really going to just send okay? I don't like the other one, though. I don't want to tell her what to do. Really helpful. Next time you can just say you don't give a shit. Yeah, because both of those responses sucked ass.
We begin today's broadcast with a piece of welcome local
I would have preferred to be able to be like,
Night City.
yeah, that sounds like a lot to take on. You want to talk about it? You want to meet up? Not okay.
Anime brain dances,
How lazy is that?
concert series featuring the year's hottest idoru, as well as culinary workshops. The festival's headlining.
The other one's not great either. The other one's not great either. It's not my responsibility to tell her that Mitch was right. She should go back and talk to her family. She's got to figure stuff out. So if I got to pick the neutral response over the tell her what to do response, I'm going to take the neutral response. I got a decent relationship with her, but it's not my place to say that. You know, she's in a position of vulnerability there. I don't know that that's what's best for her. I don't have enough history there. So okay is the better option as much as I hate it.
To them, I offer my own personal, heartfelt arigatou gozaimasu. In other news, the homeless population in Night City has risen by 300%. The NCPD has announced that it will soon launch a sweeping catch-and-release program to relocate the vagrants outside city limits. The police are asking any willing volunteers eager to help in the effort to report to their local NCPD station. In exchange, the police are offering the chance of a criminal record reset to those who actively participate. Night City, what does it mean to you? How well do you know its history? Who was Richard Knight? How many stations are in the NCART system? Which city district boasts the best burrito in town? The answers to these questions and more can be found at the address at the bottom of your screen. Check it out and fall in love with Night City all over again. That's it for today's latest. Thank you for spending your day with WNS News.
You're welcome. By the way, Chad, it's okay to say I don't really know how to respond to that to people if they text you something like that.
Hello, we haven't met. I'm Elizabeth. My husband and I, we need a somewhat delicate matter handled. We think you could help.
How did you find me?
Mind my asking who your husband is? Actually, who are you?
I'd rather not discuss details over the phone. Please, meet with us. We'll explain everything. As I said, it's a rather delicate matter.
Why call me of all people? Any particular reason?
You came recommended.
Who's her husband? Chat? What a crazy time to get this call. Look at her name, and then take a look at the sign that I'm right next to.
Yeah, who by?
I'd rather not say, not over the phone. Is there any way we could meet, discuss some details?
Sure, let's do that.
I'll send you the address. See you.
That's hilarious. Again, small nitpicky thing, but if I don't know who that is, it shouldn't give me a name. It shouldn't tell me who that is. Leave the intrigue there. CD Projekt Red. It really is, Skog. It really is.
Claire.
V, ready for the next race?
Already here. Ready and waiting.
You want to use your own ride, or am I bringing Beast?
Oh, here we go. Mine this time, baby.
We'll take my ride. Feels more natural to me. You get it.
Of course, yours it is.
Meet there. Yeah, Rancho.
Be right there. See you then.
Sit on this nasty ass couch. Here we go. All right, chat. It's Mario Kart time. Oh, look at that. My car's looking good. Looking good.
Hey V, gonna take a look under the hood before we start, see if all's okay. But stay close, just in case.
Not worried this will get you killed.
What, today? The race? Why?
I'm not asking about just today. It could be, though. Or the next one. One after that.
Chew of mine got shocked and killed by a faulty toaster in her own kitchen. So, you know, it is what it is. Que sera, sera.
Our chances, how do you see them?
Well, it's gonna be tough to beat out Luigi. And he's got Margot riding Gunner today.
Right, so...
Girl loves popping flats, but don't get hung up on it. Let it mess with her head. Just focus on the route, let me handle the entertainment. Sorry, need a minute to kick the tires before we get moving.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Dean Russell. Knew him, didn't you? He owe Matt some scratch? That why they put that dog down?
Russell wasn't put down. Russell put himself down. Didn't let up. Didn't know when to. Sure, he owed Matt $4,000, but that had nothing to do with it. I mean, think. Dead man can't pay it back, can he? And Dean was looking for the prize money to settle his debt. You know, boom or bust. Wound up being the latter.
Yeah, green Luigi. Can't be a coincidence. All right, let's go.
Start your stallions! Come on! I want to smell that choo-choo burn! Let him roar! Make my ears bleed! Oh yeah, like that! Let's count it down!
Here we go.
3, 2, 1!
Up front. Claire, we're up front.
Big turn coming. Cut it sharp.
Because I'm a freaking stud. Such a hot start. Such a hot start. He even says, "Here we go." You got to be kidding me. What a... Oh, man, that's so good.
Watch our back. They're moving to pass.
Dare him to try.
You got shit. You got him, Claire. I need some like mushrooms or shells or something.
We can win this, B.
Nailed that turn.
News, and this is your World News Update. At this year's Federalist Party National Convention,
And more.
NUS President...
I don't want to hear the radio right now. This isn't a time for the news. What's up, Delamain? Sorry.
Campaign slogan, "A Return to Unity," sends a clear message of the president's desire to...
God, this radio is such a buzzkill.
...on every possible front. According to an N54 News poll, approximately 78% of Night City residents would like their city to join the Union. Time will tell if the hopes of these many people will be realized. At a press conference earlier today, scientists from Sterling University demonstrated the extraordinary capability of a next-gen 3D printer they have dubbed Artifact.
Oh no.
Artifact
No.
interpreting the user's brain activity to then produce the object they
There's only 5 more gates. Please give me a tight turn.
The printer, which has been engineered in cooperation...
Watch our back. They're moving to pass.
Dare him to try.
Come on.
Expected to be commercially available as...
Come on, Claire. Come on, Claire.
Australians to the lost koala living in the wild. Effectively,
Take out Mario.
technically a wild animal living on the outskirts of Sydney, the city government supported the fluffy marsupial with 11 pounds of eucalyptus leaves and fresh water from the municipal botanical garden every day. Omega garnered huge media attention a few years ago when Sydney residents organized a protest in response to
That
the
gate.
planned
Oh, that gate was pointing left. No, son of a bitch.
nature's last surviving...
God damn it! I should have trusted my gut there.
That's all for today's World Report.
Come on, Claire. Come on, Claire. Come on, Claire. No, I should have trusted my gut. I knew it was left.
Win this, B.
Congratulations to Luigi and Margot!
We did it, B. We're finals bound. Don't stop yet, okay? Move up a bit further.
What for?
We need to talk. Something you should know.
Okay.
God damn it.
Sit down for a spell over there, okay?
What's the deal, Claire? We being sore losers? God damn it. I knew it was left. I saw the gate. I saw it. I saw it. All right, get it out of your head. Be present. Be present. Clear your head. Take a breath. And be present for Claire. There's something important she's got to say. It's probably more important than the race. All right. What's up, Claire?
Wow. Quite the view.
Yeah. Me and Dean. We like to come here.
Oh?
Wanted to tell me something?
I mentioned Dean before. My husband, yeah.
Give me a quick refresher?
Sweetest man I ever knew. We were friends before my gender transition. Brought daffodils to the hospital. To new beginnings, he said.
Were you married long?
12 years. Dean used to laugh that for our 15th, said he'd finally talked me into my first implant. Was prepping some surprise.
Okay, so this is interesting. That I don't see any implants on you. Is somewhat dicey. Because that's probably by design. Right? Like, Claire's a woman. Okay, Claire's a trans woman, but really, like, unless Claire says I'm a trans woman, we can drop the trans from in front of it. Claire's a woman. And saying you can't see her implants is sort of like acknowledging that, like, either it's weird that they're not there or that, like, they are there or whatever. Like, it sort of, like, takes away from just acknowledging Claire as a woman. So, like, it just seems a little dicey. Like, we don't know her well enough. You know, she mentioned the implant, right? But, like, to say, like, yeah, you don't look like you have any implants is sort of like saying, you know, yo, you don't look like you had the other, the genitalia of another gender or whatever. Like, it's kind of a weird thing to say here. Like, Claire's a woman, easy peasy. So, unless she wants to go there, there's not really any reason for me to make that observation.
Why tell me about Dean? Meaning, why now?
He died during a race last year. The final. Not your standard fatality, though.
This have something to do with our race?
Sort of. Thing is, Dean was murdered. He was flatlined by a Corpo Ego Weasel, Peter Sampson. Exceptional walking rot.
Your husband. How'd he die exactly?
We'd just powered into the final straight, Sampson peeling up the tarmac ahead of us. Was clear we couldn't win, so Dean let up on the chew. And then that snake slammed on the brakes. Dean also had to. He lost control.
Hey, but isn't that how this race works?
You don't get it. Road was clear to the finish line. He would have won. It was premeditated.
What's the Corpo's deal?
Doesn't really matter. Was only ever another adversary to me. But to Dean and Sampson had a history going way back.
And something happened between them?
Dean never admitted anything, but yeah, there was some kind of strife. Something personal to their rally rivalry. When Sampson came first, Dean got hot and bothered.
I'm not going to question that.
Right. So this isn't business as usual. For you, this isn't about winning.
That's right. Fuck winning. I want Sampson dead.
And this is your best plan for vengeance.
Folks die on the track all the time. Won't seem unusual at all. Another day at the races, in line with the rules.
And if Sampson doesn't show for the race, what then?
He'd never miss a chance to puff out his chest. He'll race. Circuit champ last year. No way he'll let that go. Not try to repeat.
And me? Guess you want my help to zero him.
Killing Samson matters more than taking first. We have to make a choice. Sorry I lied to you, V. So, what do you say?
Oh. My job is not to dictate what Claire does. Like, whatever. She wants him dead? Cool. Not really my business. She's making it my business by asking me to get involved, but it's not really my business. The thing that I'm in control of is me and what I'm willing to do and what I'm willing to get involved with. Okay, like I run some pretty significant risk here. If anybody sniffs that out, I'm now complicit basically in the murder of this dude. So while I certainly understand her pain and I can empathize with that, I'm willing to listen to it. I'm willing to acknowledge how awful this was for her. You're asking too much, Claire. You know, if this was about, you know, winning a race in his honor, trying to show that, like, racing isn't something that has to be... Well, let me rewind here, right? Like, if racing was a way for Claire to regain a sense of control and influence and agency over a process that contributed to the death of her husband, yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Like, I'm here. I'll drive for you. I know that's symbolic. I know that's meaningful. Hell yeah, I'll help you. When there's an ulterior motive to murder this guy, that's not the kind of grief that I want to be around for. You want to go through that, you go through that. You need to find a driver who's going to be willing to do that. I was under the impression that this was to help you process by doing this, not that we were trying to kill the guy that killed your husband. So the only thing I can control is my involvement in this, and unfortunately, Claire, like, I can't get on board with that. I just can't. Like, because if you would have told me that up front, if you would have told me that that was the entire point of this up front, I don't know that I would have gone along with it, or maybe I would have, but it would have been a better opportunity for me to make that decision here. You waited until I had costs sunk into this and that I had my own personal stake in wanting to win these races before you bring this to light, and I just can't get on board with that. You're going to have to find somebody else to drive for you in that race. I'm sorry.
Want no part in this, Claire. I'm out. Sorry.
That's it? You're gonna walk? You sure about that?
I'm sure. It's just not what I signed up for.
I get that. Okay, I guess I'm done here.
Will you look for another driver?
I will. But if I can't, I'll go it alone. Goodbye, V.
Good for you. Go for it. If that's what you need to do, Claire, that's what you need to do. And I can respect that. Right? I'll find somebody who I'll tell them up front. They can make that decision for themselves. And then if she can't, then she'll do it herself. The reason I'm not racing to win, Iceman, is because I don't trust that's not what the race is about. She's made it very clear that that's not what the race is about. It's not about winning. The race isn't about winning. The race is about killing that guy. I can't trust that if we roll up next to that guy that she's not going to try to kill him, that she's not going to grab the wheel, that she's... Nope. When we had that conversation with her, she made herself an unknown variable for that race. I'm not willing to do it. I'm not willing to take that chance. She needs to find somebody who's willing to do that race. My investment in this race was for, to win and because they're fun and all that stuff, but I'm not taking that risk. No way. No way. Not when she hasn't been forthcoming all the way up until this point. I don't know that I could trust her. If she said, like, all right, I promise I won't do anything, I can't trust that. So I'm going to let her do her thing. She can figure it out for herself, and I'm off the hook. And that's okay.
Why El Capitan?
The people, they're grateful. They show me respect because I put them first.
Wow, a true altruist.
Corpo worlds at the Z's. Power's gotta get back in the hands of the people. And we'll do it. You'll see.
One bang at a time.
How's biz?
I don't care for the word biz. I call it work. Hard work. Honest work. And I can't complain.
Tell me about Santo Domingo.
A lot of people tried to get a foothold here. Corpos, gangs. None of them made it. But real people live here in Arroyo and Rancho Coronado. Can't pull the wool over their eyes. We are the blood and guts of this city.
We're in the same pants I am, and I hate those pants. Steal your car. All right, later, buddy. Kato.
V, how you doing, honey? Listen, got a golden opportunity for you.
Word on the streets that when Waco says golden, it's usually a turd wrapped in crepe paper.
It's a sticky situation.
Sticky? Wow, you're really selling this, Waco.
Jobs like any other. Just the client's, well, demanding.
Client's got every right to be demanding. What makes this one any different?
Wants everything to go exactly as planned. Willing to break the bank for it, too. Job like this needs your magic touch, V. Anyone less experienced it, just fuck it up.
Wow, you really know how to make a guy feel special.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. Now I'm sure it's a turd in crepe paper.
But I'm curious.
So what's the spec?
Caroline Jablonski. Set off any buzzers for you? Murdered in cold blood. Made waves a few years back. They locked the guy up. But now there's a chance he could walk. Jablonski's family wants to balance the scales of justice for good. You'll finish him.
So you want me to murder someone?
Wait, this isn't the Dalai Lama? Must have gotten the wrong number. You didn't arrive in this pond yesterday, V. You know how the fish gets sliced.
No. No. I am a huge believer that, and I understand the context through which I'm about to say this. The justice system in the United States, far from perfect. Justice system in many other parts of the world, far from perfect. Okay? I'm a believer in when people finish out their sentence, they should be allowed to be jail time is a sentence, is a punishment for the thing that a person did. I believe that prison should be a form of rehabilitation. It should be an opportunity for people to learn from the things that they did, to come to understand why they made the decision that they did, and then have an opportunity to return to society after they have served their sentence. Otherwise, if we believe that the only form of justice for people doing things wrong is a life sentence, then we might as well just make everything a life sentence. So when she calls me and says, well, this he's served his sentence and he's going to get out, I mean, murder's not good. Of course not, right? Maybe the guy didn't get long enough of a sentence. I don't know. But for me to kill him, no. What's to say the guy didn't learn a whole shitload while he was in there, and this guy knows how to prevent other people from killing people because he can get in there. He could dedicate his life. I mean, I just don't know. There's too many unknown variables. I'm not going to end this guy's life when he gets out of jail on some idea that like every single thing somebody does should be a life sentence. Right? Like, no.
Sorry. Got too much on my plate as it is.
Of course. So you give me a call when you change your mind. Putting this one on hold for you. You're the only one I trust with it.
No. You will not be getting a call from me. And I know that this comment's coming, so I'm going to address it at the outset here. But Dr. Mick, how else will you be able to see certain aspects of the plot if you don't say yes to these things? Well, consider this an education in how to set proper boundaries and to stick to your values and your guns when you're trying to make informed decisions about what you do. I don't need to see every aspect of this game if it means that I'm sending a bad message about boundaries and triangulation and involvement and stuff. Like, yeah, there are some jobs I'm willing to take, but when she told me out front what that is, no. Plenty of other Let's Plays on YouTube if you want to see how that mission goes, but like, what the hell am I teaching if I go and do that? I am interested in this one, though. I want to see what the mayor's wife wants. So let's go talk to the mayor's wife. But we're not going to know that it's the mayor's wife when we get there. Or I guess the mayor, somebody who's running for mayor. I don't know if he is the mayor or if he's running for it, whatever, but... Good night, Solar. Good luck on your job interview, friend. Mayor-elect. Okay. Yeah, my outfit sucks. I agree. Also, I am going to use this drive here as an opportunity to just say thank you so much for y'all for taking the time to come out and watch my streams. Those of you that become members, send tips or purchase merchandise from DrMickMerch.com while I'm offline. Thank you for the financial support of the stream. Those of you that make the effort to come out here live, I appreciate you immensely. Those of you that leave comments, thank you for doing so. Make sure you put a thumbs up on this video if you've enjoyed it. I am really grateful for your support of my channel. It's been a lot of fun to watch it grow. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm okay with that. Well, it's very kind of you to say, brother. One of my issues with Cyberpunk, wearing the best gear often makes you look pretty goofy. Supposedly, transmog's coming in the next update. Which, honestly, that can't get here fast enough. Yeah. Surprised that wasn't in the game from the start, because, like, to me, your appearance is such a key aspect of this game. I would love the opportunity to do more customization rather than just trying to have the best armor. It's the classic RPG issue, right? Like, you make your character ugly as shit because you want him to actually be powerful enough to withstand the world, or do you make him pretty but run the risk of dying? Man, I'm bummed that I lost that race.
Good morning,
What's up, Stanley? What do you got for me this morning, buddy?
I've got a real noodle cooker for you today. Researchers at Biotechnica have exposed a dolphin to the brain dance of a human child learning to read. Apparently, this perceptive porpoise cousin can already distinguish between all our vowels. It's a damn shame dolphins can only survive in lab tanks. I'd sure love to see them take a crack at world domination.
Hate that. It also assumes a similar cognitive structure and brain structure between dolphins and... Oh, jeez, that's... I'm not even going to try to attempt to step on that landmine. Holy shit. I mean, you can teach, like... I know that there's been gorillas that they've taught sign language to, but... Hard to tell if the gorilla actually understands language or if it's more of a behavioral reinforcement thing. Ooh, we get to get in the back of a car. This always goes super well.
Are you V?
What up, homie?
Please, step in the vehicle.
You got it.
Okay.
Hello, V. I'm Jefferson Perales. You've already spoken with Elizabeth, my wife.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Perales. Mrs. Perales.
Right again, Liz. You see, my wife is a great judge of character. Said this would work. Now I see why.
Oh, God. I hate this guy already. I don't need to be flattered with your platitudes, dude. Okay? Like, it's such a good political move. Like, basically, like, try to make people feel like they're special, right? That the person who I've betrothed my life to is a good judge of character. Thus, you know, I like you a lot. I can trust you. Hey, we're buddy. Hey. That type of approach feels very hollow because it's devoid of context. I know, everybody watching this knows that this guy has no reason to trust me. None. And that I have no reason to trust him, so we can skip the bullshit. I much prefer the people who are a lot more real about this kind of thing. What's up, man? Hey, we got a job. I know we don't know each other very well. We can get to know each other a little bit. I don't need this whole pomp and circumstance. Spare me, dude. Spare me, right? Like, you're not going to endear me to you by talking me up, using whatever sense of importance you think I may think about you. I mean, I've seen the billboards, probably, so I know you're a mayor or the mayor-elect. Or I haven't seen the billboards, in which case, why the fuck do I care about you, right? Like, there's no need for it. It's too hollow. It's not authentic. You don't know enough about me. It's okay to be nice to people, but, like, going above and beyond like this and, like, you know, this, it comes off as very inauthentic because it's devoid of context. It's okay to have some reservation. What are we about to, like, throw our keys in a bowl? What are we doing?
So, what do you got for me?
Carter, let's go.
Elizabeth?
Well, as you're probably aware, Mayor Lucius Rhine recently passed.
We want to know how, why, whatever else is pertinent.
It's all over the news.
Of course it was. Media feasted for weeks. Pieces like that are their lifeblood.
Right. Think they missed something?
We have reason to believe they did, yes.
As far as I know, case is closed already.
It is. Of course, the police wrote it off as natural causes. Rhine passed at home due to a cardio implant malfunction.
But we're left wondering about the cyber psycho attack at City Hall a few days earlier.
The police say it was completely unrelated.
These suspicions of yours wouldn't have anything to do with the upcoming election, would they?
Of course they would. If Lucius Rhine was murdered, we want to know. Need to know.
Why?
What makes you think the cops got it wrong? Got any evidence?
Shortly before Rhine passed, he made cuts in the NCPD budget. Perhaps got on someone's bad side that way.
In any case, we have the cyber psycho attack on a BD.
Our chief of security scanned it but didn't find anything out of the ordinary, so to speak. We need a braindance editor, a real one. It's raw footage.
The braindance. It has to be back where it belongs today, or a lot of people will be in a lot of trouble. If you agree to help, you can see it right now.
What?
Where'd you get the scroll?
Ryan was making a public appearance. BD scrolling standard procedure for events like that. Following the attack, the NCPD impounded the footage as evidence.
We had to pull many strings to extract it.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. All right. Well, good news. We've done a BD before, so we know what to expect. This is some high-level shit, man. I need Judy. I need Judy. She's the editor. I'm just the dude that... Okay, we're doing this. We're doing this. I don't gotta kill somebody. I get to be privy to gossip. You kidding me? All in, baby. All in. Let's go. Jack me in.
All right. See what I can do.
Flashing light warning.
We'd be happy with any find that would clarify things. Alleviate lingering doubt.
I really hope this is straightforward.
My God.
Well, what do we got here?
Johnny, what's up, buddy?
The question is, what are you doing here?
My brain too, isn't it?
And this time, don't go scrolling every ass you see. Eyes on the mayor. Stuff belongs to City Hall. Let's make it PG.
Who's the Hulk guy?
No idea. Those ass clowns are all the same.
This is cool that I have Johnny with me for this. Alright, so let's... Deputy Mayor, Devolutionist Party of Night City. Ryan's Bulldog. Alright, so now...
Second conference in 3 days. No idea what this blitz is for.
That's why I'm there and you're not. Now's when we need the visibility.
You're spreading yourself too thin.
I'll rest tonight. My room at the Red Queen's race is ready.
Yes, of course.
Good. Now go. Gotta practice.
Red Queen's race. Cause any inner synapse zaps?
Sure, bunch of old Brit farts and powdered wigs shouting, "Off with their heads!"
You know, you're allowed to say you don't have a clue.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
They left literally seconds before the attack. And it looks planned. Like it was done on purpose.
That or the psycho saw his chance and took it. Don't get paranoid on me.
Alright, we're gonna just let this play.
Hold it! Stop right there! Slow your roll!
River Ward, NCPD. Police. Let him in?
It's important. Gotta speak to the mayor's chief of security.
Preem, do it after the conference.
Oh, shit! You gonna double tap me? Whoa. So we didn't get to see the guy come in behind him.
It's important. Gotta speak to the mayor's chief of security.
Preem, do it after the conference.
The cop wanted to tell security something.
Probably that he was standing by to lick Ryan's butthole.
Aha.
Terminal crashed right as he went through the gate. Yeah, glitch was no accident.
Nah. Seen stranger coincidences. Like when you bang some chick and then her sister later, same night. And it turns out they're both sisters of God.
Oh my God, Johnny.
That really happened to you.
Nah, but it could have.
Now's not the time, brother, but whatever. Okay, so this guy comes in, he hits the glitch. It allows this guy to walk in. Who we got here?
Could have chromed half the city with what he was packing.
Probably what happened. Body disappeared from the morgue, sight unseen. And then some pig got himself a new set of wheels in an ugly-ass suit.
Know that? We're just talking out your ass again.
Once you've seen all I've seen, don't need to know things to know them. People are the same everywhere.
Okay, it's coming at your ass. Well.
Eater Horvath. Seller, balding male, mid-40s, subconjunctival hemorrhage, top-of-the-line combat cyberware must have been expensive.
Chief of Security.
Dream.
Do it after the conference.
Why is this not scanning? Can't do that right now. There we go.
Do it after the conference.
The tune. Don't recognize it.
Tune.
What he's humming.
Wouldn't call that a tune.
He's really into it.
So, any thoughts? Did you see?
Too early to tell.
Rather not jump to any conclusions. There's not much to go on. Still too early to say.
Sure. Any questions at this point?
Red Queen's race. What is it?
Got me. Never heard of it. Sorry.
Who's Holt?
Ryan's deputy. And his bulldog, so to speak. Running in Ryan's place now.
Conference. Why was it held?
For no particular reason. Ryan liked the sound of his voice and seeing himself on TV. Yeah, that sort of thing. As far as I recall, the drop in Night City's violent crime rate was the excuse for this one. Ryan came out to tout it.
Sorry, drop.
Ryan reclassified Pacifica an independent district. Stats for that part of town stopped counting.
Clever. Cop who saved Ryan. Know anything about him?
Detective River Ward. Good guy. We worked a few cases together. You want to talk to him, I'll put you in touch.
Mayor's hustle. The NCPD?
No. All handpicked by Holt. And on a corpse payroll. But there are ex-cops among them.
Anyone else besides Ryan's detail have access to the terminal?
NCPD. That's it.
Sheesh. Ward had great timing. Either has crazy good luck or had a source. Got good info. I'm gonna need some of each.
Well said.
Sending you his deeds. If you need anything else, let us know. We'll help.
I'm like automatically crouching and I don't really understand why. It's super annoying. Wow. Just get to just fly away like that. That's pretty cool. That guy somehow drove off while we were doing that. Alright, so that was interesting. Yeah, there's not enough like evidence there for me to know what the hell's going on. I'm not about to make a call on that.
Average temperatures this month in Night City have remained within human safety levels.
Alright, let's learn more. Call Detective Ward.
This is Ward. Who am I talking to?
Name's V. Looking into the death of one Lucius Rhine.
Wonder why. You're not a cop.
There's Vargas. Listen, I know you tried to warn Ryan about the cyber psycho.
What else do you know?
Now that you best meet with me.
All right. I'm headed to Chubby Buffaloes.
Be their stat.
Chubby Buffaloes, huh? Never been there. Always wanted to go. This mystery needs to be solved. I'm intrigued. This is what I'm talking about, though. Every episode, man. The diversity of the side missions. Fantastic. Now we get to go to the Chubby Buffalo. Bet y'all didn't think you were going to get to go to the Chubby Buffalo tonight. But you are, and you're welcome. Alright, here we are. Good old Chubby Buffalo. Chubby Buffalo's barbecue. Slavo McAllister in the news again. Pompous asshole or eccentric genius? Acclaimed rocker boy Slavoj McAllister has ruffled feathers yet again following his most recent performance at nightclub Tottentance. While the rock concert brawl is no big news in itself, several unofficial sources allege it was McAllister who instigated the violent outbreak after hurling a tear gas canister at the paparazzi in the crowd. Before the booze-fueled melee got heated, the Cartesian Duelists premiered new songs Cybernetic Soul, Mind is Freedom, and Cogito Ergo Sum, which as usual have critics divided. Lyrically, the new singles touch on issues such as the internal struggle of body and mind, the limitations of our senses, and the search for absolute truths. Some critics consider the new material pseudo-intellectual drivel. Others praise the band's fresh, innovative spin on the genre. Beyond the brawl, even the McAllisters' headlines are making headlines. When asked in an interview with N54 News what the cryptic title of the track Cogito Ergo Sum meant, the rocker boy replied he, quote, ain't revved by questions from gonk-brain frauds. What are you? Despite, or perhaps thanks to, the numerous controversies ever swirling around the Cartesian Duelist frontman, his popularity continues to swell. The band's new album is slated for release soon, and if you believe the chatter on the net, it will be entitled War of Truths. Alright, Chubby Buffalo time.
Someone here to see you, looks like.
Wonder what about?
River Ward?
The flesh. V, right? My partner, Detective Hunt.
Fury! Carnage! Brood! Follow your instincts!
Okay. Thanks for agreeing to meet.
You really intend to work with a merc?
Don't know what I intend just yet. For now, I'm gonna see if I hear anything new about Ryan's death.
You back on that? Boss already told you to drop it. You can say it again. You know he hates to say things twice. And if you couldn't give a rat's fat ass about any of that, heed my advice. As your friend, just let the case go.
See me do anything? Just sitting here sipping coffee, listening to gossip.
Fine. Do what you want. I'm not being heartless. Gotta go get my little girl anyway. And you two at least find a quieter corner. Wouldn't want to be overheard.
Good boundaries, man. I respect you.
Okay. Talk.
Before the attack, you wanted to talk to Ryan's hustle. Get some info to him. What was it?
Let me ask you a question first. Why do you got your nose in this? Who hired you?
They didn't tell me not to mention him.
Liz Perales hired me, and her husband, Jefferson.
The presumed future mayor. Guess I could have seen that coming. You know what? Ron was right. Acoustics are a little too good in here. Got my car outside.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I hate this song, so I'd love to get the hell out of here.
Synthetic meat, you're in for a treat. Try ours today.
God. There's a freaking cacophony in the Chubby Buffalo. I don't know how anybody can eat with the sound like that. Alright, let's get in this dually, huh?
Some of the boys from the precinct saw Horvath around Arroyo, shooting up dumpsters, hollering how he's got to meet with the mayor.
Who in?
Peter Horvath, cyber psycho who attacked the mayor later. Took him downtown, but then he got lost before they could get his statement.
So you saw him as a potential threat, decided to warn the mayor. Just like that. Because you got a good heart.
Make it sound like that's something to be ashamed of.
Ashamed? Nah. It's not something you see every day. Said he got lost. How's that happen? What's it mean?
It means someone didn't want him counting roaches in a cell that day. Before you ask me, no. I got no idea who. My turn. Why's Perales looking at this now? Why does he want it done unofficial, on the hush-hush?
Perales could just be scared.
Doesn't want the job of a guy who just got carried out feet first.
Who would?
I don't know if this is going to be the case, and they didn't really allude to it, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Red Queen's race. Heard anything about it? Know what it is?
Maybe I have. Maybe I do. It got anything to do with Ryan?
The guy was headed there the day he died.
Fine. We're gonna see my CI. All I've heard is some fancy-ass club. No idea where to even look for it. CI might know. Then we'll go talk to the woman Horvath worked for. Or actually, we could see her first. Up to you.
Up to me?
Sorry. We?
Can't shake this case. Something's up. Just look how quickly it was closed. This way, you can get your job done, while I find evidence that gets my chief to reopen the case. Win-win. So, who to first?
Let's go see your informer. Club's a better lead.
Fine with me.
So this guy is pretty chill. Probably in some ways has something to do with his training. we have him on the hook for the curiosity of the entire thing. I'd be curious to know what additional personal stake he has in this. I'm really the one at a disadvantage here, because, like, really, what do I care? I'm just doing this for money. This guy's got ideological investment here. I have no idea how far this is, and he doesn't look like he has any more to say, so I'm going to skip.
My guy works here.
Just kill another guy. Okay.
I'll wait outside. Tell him Igor says hi. He'll know what it's about.
Who is this guy?
The proud proprietor. He's got all sorts of clients, and he's nosy as hell. So he knows all about everyone. Plus, he's a coward. Perfect combo.
He's your CI. He doesn't know me.
Well, last we met, it didn't go so well. For him. People he ratted out got wind of it. I think you got a better chance of getting him to talk without me. At least voluntarily.
All right. Wait here, then.
This is very interesting that he's having me go in here. What? This is what it is? Oh my god, is it bright in here. Ugh. Maximum pleasure. Okey-doke.
Looking for general inspiration or something specific? Because I can help with both.
I'm looking for Igor.
Looking for a club. Red Queen's Race?
If I was you, I'd try somewhere a little more welcoming. Lizzie's over in Kabuki is a good start. Or Cloud's in Japantown.
Want an address.
Look, club's invitation only, right? You don't know the address. Means you're not welcome.
These are really cute statues. You have to have pretty big gauges in your ears, but I think those would fit.
Igor says hi.
Fuck, no. Said I was done. I was out.
What? Get your ass back here, big dog.
Hey, Neil.
Piss off.
Relax. Just got one question to ask you. Nothing to see here, sir. Come on, ghost, I said.
Leave me alone, got it? Can't make me do a damn thing.
Rest assured, nobody will find out you talked to us. And this will truly be the last time Detective Ward will visit you. Isn't that right, Detective?
Right. I swear it on the spirits of my ancestors. All we want is the courts for Red Queen's race.
All right, but this is the last time, for real. It's outside city limits. Near the river. Benita Street area.
You been there?
Made some deliveries. Goods. Sometimes peeps. I got no idea why you want to go poking around there. Club's empty. You shut it all down.
Shut it down? Before or after Mayor Ryan died?
Soon after, I guess.
Thanks, Neil.
My shit luck!
Thanks, Neil. Thank you.
Well, that's what I call a breakthrough. It seems promising, but I'd still hit that market.
Market?
Horvath's employer, one I mentioned before. I just wouldn't let that lead drop.
Okay, let's go see this market of yours.
You gonna take my car?
Sure, thanks.
So, guy walks into a sex shop. And he had a very special weapon that he used to use. Would fire projectiles. Goes up to the store owner. He says, "Hey, you got any more of those bullets for my gun?" Store owner says, "Why? Were they effective?" The guy says, "Yeah, they really wrecked them." So River, I heard a joke recently. I thought of it myself. Thought maybe I'd try it out with you. Okay. So, don't say anything if you want me to tell you the joke. Okay. So guy walks into a sex shop. He had this gun. It was this real special gun. It fired these special projectiles. So he was having a hard time finding them. So he goes into this shop. And he sees it, and they look similar. And he says to the guy at the counter, he says, "So hey, do you got any more of those special bullets that I can fire from my gun?" The guy at the sex shop says, "Yeah, we're. Why do you want more of them? Did they work?" And the guy says, "Yeah, they really wrecked them." Guess I should. No. Back to the drawing board. I mean, I thought it was pretty good, but you know, I know we haven't known each other very long, but I don't know. I guess you didn't really ever seem like the kind of guy that maybe liked jokes. Come on, man, give me something. I'm having a hard time figuring out who to blame here. Like, is the joke okay? Is the joke shitty? Or like
a good 90% of any detective's job is talking. But you know that already. Must say, you're kinda natural.
And the other 10%, what's it consist of?
Writing reports.
So, who are we supposed to talk to? Cyberpsycho's boss, you said?
Christine Markov, 42. File has her as Horvath's sole employer. Sole contact, too, actually. Come on, V.
Man, I really thought, okay, eyes on the prize here. I really thought River would appreciate that joke, but guess not. Can't tell if it was a bad joke or if River just isn't in the mood, you know? I make it about my projection. Okay, enough of that. We gotta learn more here. Follow River. All right, dude, where are we going?
No idea who we're looking for. Gonna have to ask around. I'll start from the left. You take the right.
Got it. Sir.
Christine Markov, know her? Has a stall here.
Don't know any Christine. This isn't BD Heads Anonymous.
Christine Markov.
Fair enough.
You Christine Markov?
No, but I know who she is. Stand with the tech over on the other side.
Oh, cool. All right.
Get in touch with administration. North Oak Columbarium.
Lost track of you somewhere, but I found Christine Markov waiting for you.
You Christine Markov, we have some questions.
You badges?
Try not to answer.
Looking for data on Peter Horvath. Worked here, apparently.
Yeah, he did. Then he stopped working, started making fucking speeches all the time.
Horvath make good scratch here. Could have bought this whole market with the chrome he was packing.
Oh yeah, made scads on scads here. Motherfucking millionaire, like we all are.
So where'd you get the eddies? Know anything?
Look, if I knew, I wouldn't be here selling scop to tower trash. I'd get myself an AV, fly my fucking slim ass out of here. Pater showed up one day with all that. Extra worked up, too. Whacked enough that I asked him where he got it. He said somebody finally seen what he was worth. And then he launched right into one of his tirades.
Is it any coincidence that we're talking about a guy named Peter and she kind of sounds like Lois? Like, is that by design? Am I reading too much into this? There's been so many pop culture Easter eggs in this game. That's all I could think about while she was talking.
When the weird behavior actually start?
When you're talking about Peter, weird doesn't mean what it means for everybody else. Horvath never was completely normal. But the post-jail Horvath versus the pre-jail Horvath, gonks both, but completely different gonks.
These, speeches, what did he have to say?
Ryan, corpse got him by the balls and cock, but he still managed to fuck me. His motto.
Why'd he have it in for the mayor?
Ha! Looking for reason in that whack job? Probably thought Ryan was talking to him through the TV, promising all sorts of shit, then ceasing to give a fuck. Look, I told you what I think. In Horvath's world, everybody was out to get him. Lucius Ryan was out to fuck him, then get him.
So as Horvath saw it, who else had it in for?
Besides Ryan, Madame President mostly. Then Arasaka, the Giza, and when he died, it was his son's turn. Would that be all, detectives? You're spooking my clientele.
A clientele, huh?
Somebody'd finally seen what he was worth. Horvath had sponsors.
Don't think we learned much of anything new.
Might seem like we didn't get a lot out of that. But sometimes intel makes sense once you got some context.
Hell yeah, it does.
Say, for instance, somebody says they got a headache. Minor detail. Means nothing, right? Usually, sure. But then the guy waltzes straight into oncoming traffic. The neighbor remembers someone had worked on the air conditioner in the guy's unit. Guy whose head always hurt. Accident? Coincidence? Or maybe air-dispersed poison. A deliberate hit.
You actually caught a case like that?
No. Made it up. Still proves my point.
It absolutely does. Again, a major theme of this stream. If you've watched any of my other playthroughs, you understand this. You've heard me say it before, but it's another opportunity for me to say this. Context matters. When you lack information, when you lack context, any uncertainty and any unknowns, our own brain fills the gaps with our projections, our inductive reasoning, and whatever has been represented to us and whatever we've learned. The less information you have, the more likely you are to use your own reasoning to make sense of what's going on. The more context you have, the more it allows you to see something for what it is and allows you to take yourself out of it, allows you to depersonalize it. It is so deeply important to have context for anything you can get context for. It is never a bad idea to try to gather more information and get more context for why something happened. You can do that through questions. You can do that through curiosity. You can do it through the benefit of the doubt. And you can help yourself out immensely with some of those projections by diversifying the things that are represented to you. Context matters always. I love that River made that point.
Great. Let me handle this, V.
What's up, Piglet? Got yourself a new choom?
Step aside, Lug. Your boyfriend got sent up for years. Doubt you want the same.
Oh, no. Your new choom's gonna see what happens to piglets that don't get it. You refused to deal. You still owe us.
Right. You did lose your only associate who could string 2 sentences together. Too bad he also liked diddling little kids. Here's my offer. Get the fuck out of here, and I won't arrest you as accessories in the murder of Mayor Ryan.
I'll let it go this time, Ward, but this time's the last time.
And wash your fucking wheels, you pig.
You gonna bump shoulders with me? Huh? Hey, he told me he had it. I'll let him handle it. We're good.
Walking the streets with you? Downright unsafe. Got a beef with all gangs or just the Tigers?
I'm a cop. What do you think? Good thing nobody got killed. A little less paperwork.
Okay. Red Queen's race now. Gonna ride with me?
Sure, I'll ride with you.
Not that it goes particularly well for me, River. I already used all my material. Back on the outskirts. He's a man of few words. So, interesting thing about silence. I've made this point before, but I'm going to make it now because of River being so silent. There is immense power in silence. Immense power in silence. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of times people think that when they speak, they're grabbing power in a situation. That is not necessarily the truth. You actually learn a lot about people by being silent. For example, when you're quiet, you become a whiteboard for people's projections. And people will often start talking to fill the space, or they will interact with you in a way that is similar to how they would interact with what it is they're projecting onto you. So River being silent in this moment, when I was telling that joke in the car, and I said, you know, hey, you didn't laugh, right? You didn't make any noise. You stayed silent. You gave me no feedback. I have to dig into my own projections to try to read what's going on, and I interpret his silence as him not thinking I'm funny, which may not be the case at all because he hasn't told me whether he thinks I'm funny. Instead, that's me thinking that there's a chance that I'm not funny. That's my own self-doubt coming out there that's being used to interpret what he said because I didn't get any information from him. So I start interacting with him as if he doesn't think my joke's funny. So again, if you stay silent sometimes, if you just shut up and listen to what people are saying, you can take a lot of power in a moment. You can also learn a lot about people through what they project onto you. Confused Man in Rome, thank you so much for the 89 buckaroos. 13 Eddies coming your way, Doc. I appreciate it immensely. Thank you so much, Confused Man. Always great to have you here, friend.
Come on, V.
Animals turf. Any sly cop rules for talking to him?
Scratch their tummies. Don't expose your throat.
Ha fucking ha.
We're short a warrant, so you're on your own. You find anything, tell me.
Oh. Okay. You're just gonna chill here, huh? Okie dokie. Oh man, a rare second pee break as we game plan walking into this warehouse. Be right back. Give me 30. And I got a delicate little bladder tonight, huh? All right, enter the warehouse. Let's see what's up. I'm right here, River. You gonna say anything? River? River, I think your microphone's muted, buddy. Oh God.
Fuck off! Nothing to see here.
Forget if there's a button that makes it so that I put my gun away. I don't want to come up with a gun on. Yes, okay, so that person's hostile. There's really no other way in here, is there? I don't think I can sneak in front. What's up?
I'm looking for a club. Red Queen's Race.
Closed. Not opening anytime soon either.
So it's fine if I have a look around inside.
No, it ain't. No looking. Just Delta the fuck out of here.
Okay. Let's see if there's another way in. I'll bet there is.
Found a side door.
Animals are letting their guard down. Probably haven't checked it out in ages.
I could grind you into protein powder right now if I wanted to.
Everything okay?
What?
Got spotted.
How did that guy see me? Are you kidding? Oh, that's dumb.
I'm getting too old for this.
Yeah, me too, dude. I didn't want this to happen.
Blood! I smell blood! Squeeze the fucker dry! Get around his ass!
All right, friends. This isn't how I wanted this to go down. I promise.
I'm ending you now! Tear him to pieces! Your handsome little face is in for it now! Down, you caboose! Got the fucker!
Neil doesn't tend to lie. Too scared. So the club's around here somewhere. In the garage is my guess. Or under it.
Wasn't what I wanted to do. Didn't want to do that, but I did it, and I gotta live with the consequences. God damn it. Alright. Up we go. Or start to the clubbing.
You gotta relive it yourself.
How do we get into this club? Find a way. Oh, no way. Oh, I can't wear it. Okay. Dude, I need new pants. So freaking bad. I'm going to a pants store at the start of the next episode if I don't get nice pants. Mark my freaking words. Monday, CrossFit, 1 hour, 200 push-ups, 2 kilometer run. Tuesday, intervals 30 minute, 30 minute, 30 minute. Wednesday, no time to get a real workout in, just 500 push-ups. Thursday, job shit. Nobody knows why the fuck we're hanging around. Alpha's sitting downstairs. We just wander around. Nobody knows how long we're here for. Nothing to eat except some cheap-ass Scop supplements. Tonio says the shit'll make you grow boobs. I don't want to grow titties. Fuck this weak-ass shit. Alright. Alright, big money. Local network, surveillance system, turn that off. Alright. I guess that would have been more useful a little while ago. Way into the club. Perhaps the club is down? Oh my god, new pants. It was worth it. I can't wear them though. They're level 30 pants. That sucks. Wasn't worth it. Oh baby. Always wanted to go to a club like this. Good night, Katie. I need some rifle ammo. Come on, Choom. Get your ass in here. Take your time. No worries. We're not in a hurry at all to go clubbing. So, you ever been to a club like this before? Okay.
Love me that stench of fear.
Nice. Someone really wanted to cover up whatever it was that went down. What should we be looking for?
Let's try to find something that looks like an offense.
Damn.
You're running for
Moving on his wrist!
Club didn't look like it was shut down to me. Get some new guns to play with here. C 7A 1C 55 7A 1C River, where's the office, buddy? Anything in here? $0? Happily we'll take that. River, you're being a little intense right now, man. Being a little intense. Really about to rob this thing? Ooh, a choker. It's hardly worth it. How is the... Well, it's a cool club, but... Jacket. Man, we're gonna be decked out when I get to level 30. I need the key. Server room. Dude, River, where are we going, brother? I've never been here.
Looks like an office.
Oh.
Sort of.
Comps are what we want. Comps above all.
Network, turn off. Take over, don't need that. Files.
Yep.
There we go.
Stiff as a board. You ask me, he's been dead at least an hour. No. No trauma card. Pretty sure he didn't bring it on purpose. A club like this, you don't want TT banging down the door when you're banging away and things start to heat up. Hard, probably. Must have gotten a little too heavy and messy. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Coroner will find him at home. I'll tell him how to write it up. Died in his sleep, quiet as a baby. Boys are getting him out of here. Of course, nobody will see him. No way. Yep. Yes. All right, I'll buzz you later.
So this is just chilling on the computer. Club's getting more popular. We're getting more and more VIPs. Goes without saying that's a good thing. But it doesn't mean we can let our guard down. Just yesterday, an unidentified person managed to break into the club and spend upwards of 20 minutes inside before anyone noticed. Unacceptable. Let me reiterate. Do not talk about the club. No invitation, no entry. Report any suspicious persons to security. Don't talk about the club. And again, don't talk about the club. A friend wants to visit the club tonight. He's a bit shaken after today's incident, so please don't disturb him. We'd like a private room, something cozy and intimate. Sure thing. Weldon. Shit's fucked 6 ways to Sunday. Ryan might be dead. I mean, pretty sure he's definitely dead. He He came here, went straight to his booth, nobody besides him, swear to God. But after 5 hours, I was like, what the hell? Usually only stays for 2. So I go in and look, and fuck me, that guy's flatlined. The fuck am I supposed to do now? Do nothing. Wait for my people. Till then, nobody goes in the club. Get the customers, get the staff out of there, trap shut, all of them. Tell them it's a gas leak, pest control, bomb threat, whatever. We gotta close down early. I already sent the guests home. Rest of the staff will be out soon. I'm waiting for a few people at the moment, but one thing. When they come, send them right to the downstairs, then go straight home. Let the garage know they got the day off tomorrow, all of them. Be in touch when the sitch clears up. Sit tight for now. Holt, we got the file you wanted, smashed up the rest. Couldn't smash it more if we tried. Where's the Eddies? Peep's starting to mumble we could have got more from someone else. Much more. Where's the fucking scratch, Holt? Oh boy. I watched the security
Weird.
for you. Okay.
Guy looks familiar, doesn't he?
V, I'm not in the mood for jokes. Think we've seen everything we needed to. Let's go.
Okay, let's Delta.
Think I saw another way out on the way in.
Back to the chubby buffalo. Everybody's terrified because they watched him hit somebody last time we left here.
Fuck.
Still hanging around with this punk?
Shut it, Harold. I know what you did. Not about to ask why you covered it up. Not even why you jumped into this mess to begin with. Just want to know. Who gave you the order?
What's the matter, River? Why do you even care? Your conscience is clear. You can sleep tight at night. You know why? Because I took all the responsibility. You got no idea how this city works. Think a goddamn inspirational idealist bullshit actually means something? It doesn't. Never did. Hey, don't look at me that way, Merc. You know I'm right.
V, appreciate the help, but this isn't your biz. I'll take care of it.
How you gonna do that? Am I under arrest?
Got a scroll, got a motive, got your confession. So yeah, you could be. But it wouldn't make much sense. You don't even gotta say who ordered you to go and clean up. I know anyway. So since even our brass's fingers are all over this, I gotta take it to internal.
They won't do a thing either. Not to me. They'll put you in their sights, though. Just go home, Ward. Get some sleep. Find all this easier to take in the morning. I mean, that's my plan.
Fuck.
Jeez. He's not who you thought he was, huh?
So, what now?
Won't let this go. Can't. Holtz murdered Rhine. Wanted his seat. Oldest, tritest motive in the book. That's why I believe it. Use the NCPD to cover his tracks.
Even if that's what happened, don't have any solid proof.
Kicking this to internal affairs. Got enough to get this case reopened.
Go for it.
Do it.
And you? Gonna report back to the Peraleses?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna stay. Observe a little. Thanks, V.
Oh boy, I don't know how this call's gonna go at all.
So, about Rhine. Got a pretty good idea what happened.
Great. Come by, please. It's a sensitive matter. I'd rather discuss it face to face. We'll be waiting.
Go to their apartment? Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, it's going to be real interesting to see what old Mrs. Perales has to say about all of what has transpired this evening. And we're going to go ahead and make that drive as the start of part 14. So this is going to be where I end part 13. I hope you, oh ye VOD watchers, appreciated it. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I certainly did. Pretty juicy stuff. A lot going on. Side mission is a lot more than I thought it was going to be. That's cool. I like it. I'm getting to know Night City. It's a blast, man. So if you enjoyed the episode, please make sure you give it a thumbs up before you go. Make sure you subscribe if you don't already. 9:30 p.m. Pacific time, Tuesday through Sunday. I hope you enjoy my analysis. Leave a comment if you do or if you don't or whatever. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Those of you that become members by hitting the join button down below, thank you for your monetary support of the stream, as well as those of you that send tips or purchase merch at drmickmerch.com. Delta V and Voyager are 2 albums available on the merch store. They're stream-safe music. You can use them in your own streams if you'd like. You will not be DMCA'd, and I will not claim your videos on YouTube. So it's a great way to support the stream and also get some music to show for it. I appreciate y'all very much. You're a fabulous crew. Thanks for supporting my channel, and I will catch you on part 14.